my friends. It's Elizabeth Eiler. It's been a while since I've done a video. We've had a really busy summer. I just finished some really big creative projects. My new book has just come out, Singing Woman, Voices of the Sacred Feminine. This is available at Amazon and Barnes and Noble and at my publisher, Outskirts Press. This book was 6 years in the making. It's all channeled. There's a lot of really topical wisdom for modern women, even though I went to a very ancient well for knowledge. There are fresh new messages from a wide pantheon of the sacred feminine. Blessed Mother Mary, Mawu, Archangel Jophiel, Isis, Bastet, Sekhmet, Diana, a big variety, and a lot of insight into the feminine business model and feminine leadership styles for modern society, gender roles, women's roles in the family, in politics, in the world, health and wellness, relationships, aging, just a lot of information packed in there. So I hope you'll seek out a copy and give it a try. And I'd love to hear from you what you think of the book. Today's card reading is about how to really holistically thrive in a very tumultuous autumn. The whole message here is kind of looking for an autumn reset for us. It's the end of October. We are dealing with a lot of upheaval socially and emotionally right now. We've had a lot of planetary retrogrades and some heavy energy. So insight for thriving holistically, mind, body, spirit, in these difficult and challenging times that we're facing. And I went to Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. This has become my new favorite go-to deck. I've been getting some terrific readings with it, and today's reading is no exception. I drew 3 cards for today. And the first card is, let me see if you can see that. There we go. Chop wood. And this card has a lot of different meanings layered into it. Chop wood. This is about taking the small perspective right now versus exclusively looking into the future towards achieving that big goal or that dream that's out there that's maybe months away or years away. We keep our eyes on the prize and we focus on the end goal, but this is telling us we need to look at today. We need to look at small steps. The law of attraction has a domino effect, so taking very small steps is perfectly okay. Each step in the right direction garners momentum for another step and a bigger step. This is about cleaning house. There's a broom here, and to me this card is about doing a good fall cleaning, sweeping out energies, relationships, things that aren't going to make our home as cozy and inviting as we'd like it to be this fall and winter, when we start thinking about spending more days and nights indoors. This is about cleaning house, maybe in a more national, regional, global way. This is a card that emphasizes the importance of our routine daily tasks. So, taking care of our animals, taking care of our loved ones, our friends, doing our job with integrity, the daily tasks to maintain our health. These are going to bring us comfort and strength. So focus on the daily routine. Focus on the day-to-day, doing the best you can with what you have where you are. The little things. There's power right now in the little things. And we need to be looking with some immediacy at the future and seeing what needs we have to take care of right now. The second card that I drew was There's No Place Like Home. Very much a home and hearth card, just like this one. This card is telling us that it's time to be authentic in all of our doings. It's time to feel at home in our bodies. It's time to feel at home in our relationships. It's time to choose situations and places and jobs where we feel an innate sense of belonging. We need to be speaking our truth. And we need to be making decisions and choices that are aligned with who we really are. This is also definitely a call to be taking care of the physical home and hearth right now. The day-to-day. The day-to-day. And the last card that we drew was fairness. Fairness. And we see a goddess-like figure there holding the scales of justice. So we are dealing with a lot of civil unrest. Our society is very divided politically. It seems like the divide between the haves and the have-nots is growing. There are a lot of forces at work that are seeking to separate us, to otherize some groups. We're witnessing a lot of things that we think are unjust. And this card is a call to choose your causes and stand firm behind them. Find causes that you feel are just and give them your authentic voice. Really inhabit those causes. And know that there is a law of cause and effect. One of the first scientific principles that I learned in school was for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. There is a law of karma. And we are, all of us, engaged right now in the balancing of karma in one way or another. So we need to be looking for ways to right wrongs, to really inhabit the causes that we're fighting for, and really speak very authentically. And to know that even if we can't change the world tomorrow or change our government tomorrow, we can take small steps. We can chop wood to make a difference. We can vote. That may seem like a very small step, but it's incredibly important when it's multiplied by thousands and thousands or millions of people going to the polls. We can call our congressperson. We can sign a petition. We can go to a march or a rally. We can make our views known. We can stand up and be counted. So chopping wood can be standing up for the power of one, taking very small steps, making social justice part of our routine, fairness. And this card of fairness really is reminding us about karmic responsibility. And we need to be looking to take care of self and home and hearth with whatever small wood chopping steps we can take to protect ourselves from really harsh karmic effects right now. Some examples of this: there's been a lot of flooding in Iowa this summer due to climate change. We are seeing 100-year floods and 500-year floods on a regular basis around the country and around the world now. And so we've had to take some steps to protect our home. We've had a lot of sewer and drain work done. We worked with our insurance company to rebuild the lower level of our home after destructive flooding in June. We've taken some steps to make sure that the karmic reaction that we're seeing in the earth right now will have as small an impact on our home as we can make it. If we're dealing with national karma, political karma, resulting from elections, wars, choices, we need to see what we can do to minimize the impact of that karmic responsibility on our lives. We need to be looking for benevolent, graceful ways to settle our karmic debts. And we have personal karma. If we've wronged someone, we need to look for ways to set that right. If we have told an untruth, even unwittingly, we need to tell the truth and clear the record. We need to straighten things out with other people. Sometimes we're caught in a more collective karma. It could be the karma from our employer, or as we were talking about earlier, it could be political karma. And so we've got to really be standing behind moral and ethical causes that are important to us and make sure that we're doing our part to right any wrongs that are being done in our name or by our leadership. We can be taking a lot of small wood chopping steps to protect ourselves while helping others at the same time. We can be grocery shopping with our extra money and stocking up for lean days that may come. And at the same time, we can buy some canned goods for the food bank. We can prepare meals for our families and also stop by the Salvation Army soup kitchen and prepare and serve meals for the homeless. In Iowa, Medicaid's been privatized, and some very needy people have lost their access to health care services. So we can step up and maybe help someone who's lost home health care. So when we actively think about choosing a path for the highest good of all concerned, and when we do some authentic speaking and authentic listening, being at home in our own bodies and spirits, but also really looking to understand where other people are at home right now. When we're looking to achieve a middle ground, when we're looking to find the best outcome for everyone involved, know that you are energizing that better and best outcome. So this is a call to large-scale action to right wrongs. It's a call to find balance in our personal microcosm, to find balance between work and family, between doing for others and self-care. It's a time for absolute authenticity. It can be a time for cocooning in your home and drawing that authentic cloak of home and hearth around you, but not forgetting that there are a lot of people in need that we need to be extending a hand to right now. Don't be overwhelmed by the big picture. Know that small steps count. And maybe take a step back from looking at the long-term goals that you've been so focused on and really concentrate on creating the very best that you can right now. So maybe where we've been depriving ourselves a little bit or being a little bit stingy because we're looking at the big picture exclusively, there are places where we can loosen up a little bit. We need to unwind and have some fun sometimes. We're in really stressful circumstances a lot. This is a time of real challenge for our country. And we need maybe to treat ourselves, to loosen up, to be more mindful of living in the present moment and not be exclusively focused on the long-term future. So there's no place like home. We need to take care of balancing our personal karmic accounts. We need to be asking that the collective karma from climate change and from corporate decision-making and political decision-making doesn't have a horrific impact on us personally. We need to look for ways to lessen the impact of collective karma on us. A lot of that can be through chopping wood, very small steps that we take now can build up and have a domino effect, as the law of attraction does, and can help benefit us in an ongoing way. And we need to be looking always at fairness, seeking the highest and best outcome for everyone concerned. Fairness in relationships, fairness at work, fairness socially and politically and religiously. A lot of wrongs are coming up to be righted now in a big way. Generations of wrongs. We see that in the ongoing child molestation scandals in the Catholic Church. We see it in women speaking up about sexual violence. We're seeing it in the passion around the midterm elections. So small wood chopping steps like voting, speaking your truth, speaking truth to power, doing what you can to help as many people as you can where you are, reaching out a hand to people who maybe don't have access to health care right now and who may need you to donate funds or donate your time and help fill in gaps where there's no home health service, caring for elderly parents and relatives who are falling through the cracks, who are on long waiting lists for Meals on Wheels or house cleaning services. Looking to local charities to help provide. We live in a time of great turmoil, and it's very stressful. And the energies have been really strong and difficult for us. But we're here as awake, aware beings because we have the ability to change outcomes for the better. We have the ability to change outcomes for the better. One of the messages that came through in the channeling for Singing Woman again and again and again was that we're here to live lives of empowerment. And lives of authenticity. And our first home is our body and the mental, emotional complex that our souls work through. And so finding authenticity and love for our bodies, for ourselves, for our gifts and our limitations, finding our authentic mission and work and doing it with all our heart, even if sometimes it seems like we're just chopping wood. Those small steps matter. Right now they matter even more than some of the big steps. Maybe that's why I finished this long-term book project, because it's giving me a chance now to focus on chopping wood. Sometimes when we are so focused on what's out there, what's 10 years down the road, or a year down the road, we start neglecting what's right in front of us. So I have time now to deal with things that are very immediate. I just finished another semi-long-term project with a colleague of mine, Suzette Schmidt from Akashic Soul Wisdom, and I did a wonderful workshop at the Soul's Garden in Norwalk called Attracting Abundant Joy. And we talked about the joy principle. And there was a lot of channeled wisdom and card readings, and we had a music circle to make a joyful noise. And we had joy cards and just a wonderful circle of spiritual women looking for not just abundant joy, but an abundance of all good things in their lives. And this project took us several months to work on. But even though we started it a long time ago, doing the work, the day we presented the workshop, last Saturday, the information was very immediate and very present for everyone there. So we're sort of being forced to chop wood. Looking at the small daily things, even in a big long-term project like that. So be very mindful of the present moment. Pay attention to the details. Small things done with great love. Mother Teresa said there are no great things, there are just small things done with great love. That's chopping wood. And I think the steps that we take right now to create stability in our homes, in our families, in our schools, in our workplaces, in our bodies, with our friends and our clients, in our communities, those small, comforting, stabilizing, homely steps are what will see us through what look to be more energetic, wild rides. We're in a time where there's a lot of change, there's a lot of dissent, there's a lot of conversation, and that's all good. It's good. It's good to hear all sides, but it's also important to maintain your integrity, to put everything you hear to the soul test. Does it pass the soul test? Does it feel right? Does it feel true? Does it sit well with you? Or do you think you're being sold a bill of goods? Your intuition, your gut feelings, those are the voice of your soul. Your higher self knows what's true. Your higher self has a tremendous power of discernment. So don't be fooled. Don't just invest in what's fashionable. Be authentic to yourself. As Buddha would say, if it insults your soul, discard it. It's time to listen to teachers and read books, and then digest all of those things within your own being and arrive at your own understanding and your own truth. So be strong, be outspoken, be genuine. Take care of the little things right now, and take comfort in those little routine, habitual things. And know that they have more importance now than ever for creating stability and providing comfort and being catalysts of change. Keep your eye on the scales. Seek balance and fairness. Really listen to other people. Put yourself in their shoes. Get all sides of an argument before you make a decision. Before you decide which side of the fence you're going to come down on. And please vote. Please vote. Filling out a ballot may seem very small. But it's an essential right to representation, to human dignity, to choice. And it's our responsibility to ourselves and to the next generation. And look for those small ways that you can protect yourself from some of the onslaughts of large-scale karmic balancing, while seeking right now to balance your own karmic accounts. Seek forgiveness. Set the record straight. Make reparations. Tell the truth. Make it right. And if it's not possible to make it right with a specific individual, find a surrogate. If you can't make it right with your dad because he's passed away or he can't be found, you can donate time and money to a men's shelter. You can help someone else make peace with their dad. You can help your sons grow up to be the best men they can be. You can share your story and help other people who are struggling to not feel so alone and to learn from your mistakes. Is it really a mistake if we grow from it? And if we can help someone else grow? See, we can alchemize those negative experiences. We can co-opt them. And we can always ask for help. Divine help from Jesus, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Blessed Mother Mary, our guardian angels. We can ask for help with messaging and languaging and communication and healing and cord cutting and protection and wisdom. So take care, my friends. We're in some tumultuous times, but we get a chance right now this autumn for a reset. Chop wood. Fairness. No place like home. Take care and have a beautiful season.